Hello, everybody. Sawyer189 here, and I'm here with a Books a Million comic book haul again. My Books a Million, well, all the Books a Million, I guess, have recently started selling back issues of some extent with some various pricing. I think it's up to the store's discretion how they do it mostly, but for my store, everything was $1, and they had a lot of books. Like they had a lot of books. A lot of it was '90s books. I mean, go figure, But there were some gems hidden in there, like nothing too crazy, but there were some nice dollar finds in there. Some mid '80s Marvel stuff. They didn't really have any DC. They had like one short box of DC, and it was mostly just Vertigo titles, which I don't really technically consider DC. But it was interesting though. I enjoyed going through them. It was probably like 20 of the short boxes altogether. Um, but yeah, I just wanted to go over some of the stuff I got from there. Everything was $1. I think I ended up buying like 28 books, so it was about $30 or so with tax and everything. But yeah, I thought it was a pretty cool haul, honestly. Let's just jump into it. So we got Vision and Scarlet Witch number 12, part of a 12 issue miniseries. The 12th issue there. Then we got number 3, uh, number 2. I used to have number 3 a long time ago, and that's what made me buy this. Is I used to like that story, but I lost it. Number 4, number 5. Cool cover featuring Power Man. Number 7, number 6, and we got number 5, and then number 9. Do we have any other ones in that series? I think that's. I remember buying every single one except for the first issue. They had the first issue there, but it was really beat up, and I was like, if I'm gonna buy this whole run, I would rather have them be in decent condition. So I just left that crappy number 1 there. Like the cover was holding on by one staple, and I'm like, nah, I can't do it. Even for $1, I'm not gonna buy a book that's literally falling apart. You know. It's just not the way not the way my thought process is when I collect. So I was like, I'll just pick the first issue up somewhere else, somewhere down the road, or order it online or something. So then we have this Thunderstrike number 1. Kind of one of those goofy '90s kind of variants of a character. For, but I don't know. I like the cover. I think it's one of those. It's kind of cool little holographic '90s gimmick cover. Then we have Contest of Champions number 1. I remember I used to have a couple of these. I used to have the first 3 issues, and I thought it was a really cool story. So when I saw this one, I picked it up. It's basically, you know, Contest of Champions has kind of become iconic now as a thing that Marvel does, especially with their video games and stuff. But this is the original Contest of Champions. This is basically where the game master and somebody else, I forget who, is like having a battle of, and they're each picking their teams or whatever. And so they basically take all the superheroes from Earth and like basically threw them into a giant competition where they got to do like 4v4 fights and stuff to like get. It's really interesting. It's like basically all these different heroes pinned against other random heroes, and they created a bunch of characters for this story, a bunch of international heroes to basically represent different countries. Like you got, I think his name is, I forget his name, but something like Aladdin or something over here. And then you got like there's a Shamrock chick that's like an Irish superhero. There's all kinds of stuff. Then we have a Punisher, giant size number 50. I thought that was a cool cover. I like Punisher, so anytime I can find Punisher issues, I collect them. If I don't have them. Then we got this What If issue. I like What If too. I always try to pick up What If issues. Even the later ones, I just enjoy them. I think they're cool. They usually come up with cool concepts. So we got this one, number 33. What if Phoenix rose again? I'm sure it wouldn't be good for anybody. Then we have the Punisher, another Punisher cover that I had to pick up. But my Books Money actually had like 20 copies of this. I no joke. They had so many copies of this book. I was like, why? Like how? Then we got this really cool looking Tarzan cover. Number 1 in a 2-issue limited series by Marvel. I never even heard of 2-issue limited series. You know, I thought 4 was usually like what the standard was. But then we got this Thanos book. It's #1. I only picked this up just because it's Thanos and he's apparently super hot right now. And even if this book isn't really worth anything, it was only $1, so I just picked it up. But it's a first issue Thanos story, so I picked it up. You know, as I don't really speculate much. I don't do speculation cover or speculation buys much, but for $1, why not? Then we got the first issue of Smurfs. This is a pretty cool find in there. Pretty random Marvel, looks like 80s book. Then we got Smurfs #2, which is kind of fun little cartoony covers. Then we got Punisher 2099, Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. Pretty cool. I didn't even know they had a story like this where the future Punisher was an Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. But it was Punisher related, so I picked it up. Then we got Badger #1. I really like Badger, guys. This is one of those fun like indie books from like the late 80s, maybe going into like early 90s. I really enjoyed it though. It's basically about this crazy guy who wants to be a superhero, but he's pretty much insane, and he's like he's in an insane asylum, and his roommate right next to him is a guy that keeps talking about how he's a wizard or druid from the 5th century, and he actually is. That he was in prison and he was freed and he got trapped in the insane asylum. So then basically they become buddies and they make a deal, and basically the wizard will free the wizard will free them and allow Badger to be a hero and go out and fight crime and like basically support him with resources and stuff. If Badger basically becomes his guide and his eyes and ears in the world and like catches him up to date on what's going on with the world and all that. So it's kind of a really interesting story. Because Badger is basically just like a crazy guy that's really good at fighting, that gets into fights and beats up muggers and stuff. And he's a vigilante, but it's really kind of a different take on the vigilante story. And the comic is very brutal too. It's like they don't hold anything back when they're fight scenes. They do some really good action art there. So then we have the Centers of Justice. This is one of those kind of like late 80s, or no, mid 80s kind of digital comics where they start playing around with the digital artwork and stuff, and it doesn't look good. I don't like the style. But the reason why I got this is it's pretty hard to find. I've seen this before, and it's basically, I used to have this. Or maybe my brother used to have it. I don't know. But it's basically all the Charlton characters that were eventually bought by DC. And DC might have bought them before here, but I think they might have were. It's kind of confusing because I thought DC had already bought them like in the 60s, but apparently either DC lost the rights for a little while, or they gave permission for this comic book to be made, because this is basically using all the Charlton characters and making a superhero team out of them. And cool fun fact is that these Charlton superheroes are basically the templates for what the Watchmen are. Because Alan Moore was originally going to use these characters to do the Watchmen story, but the editors at DC or whatever were like, no, we don't really want you killing off a bunch of these characters that we just acquired a couple years ago or whatever. So basically, Alan Moore just had to kind of create his own versions. But since he had the story so down pat, he just kind of copied and pasted the characters. So you got Captain Atom, who's basically your Dr. Manhattan. You got Blue Beetle, who's basically your Nighthawk. Is that his name? I guess his name was Nighthawk. Then you got Nightshade, who's basically your Lady Silk or Silk Spectre. And then of course, I'm pretty sure nobody is going to confuse. I'm pretty sure nobody is not confusing Question over here in the back corner for Rorschach. So yeah, pretty cool. I always thought that was cool how he did that. And then I got a few more. I just wanted to show you. I got these really cool Johnny Quest books from there. And I love these Johnny Quest covers from comic, the company from the 80s. Just look at that. It's such a cool cover. And that's not the only one, man. There was quite a few of these. I always picked up some of them, but there was quite a few of these. I'll probably pick some more up later. I'm not really expecting them to move if they move, that's one thing, but I'm not really expecting them to, because my area is kind of small, and there's not a whole lot of people that really go out collecting like back issues. And so, especially something like Johnny Quest, it's not just screaming. It's not super popular. So, look at that cover. That is such a cool cover. Butcher. It looks like a pig that's coming after him. That's kind of funny. And I think this is one I think is really cool looking too. I love that it's a noir kind of private eye feel this cover has. With Race Bannon, being sitting over smoking stuff. And so there's even smoke in this, or no, okay, it's coffee smoke. But I was about to say there's even smoke in this cover. Like that's so noir. Okay. So yeah, that's my video, guys. I just wanted to basically go over some of the comic books I picked up, and yeah, I thought it was a pretty cool little haul, some cool shit. So I'll see you guys later, and again have a good Friday, a good Friday, and a good Easter weekend, and see you guys later.